make sure. All right, what's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Tough floors for them boys. 129 to 114 in the Big D in Dallas. Jalen Brunson had 37 points, 7 assists. Big Cat calling for Towns. 25 points, 14 rebounds, but it was not enough as the Dallas Mavericks blitzed the Knicks in the first half, and that was pretty much the ball game, right? They were up 28-15 in the first quarter, and that was it. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. I think this is one of them games where them boys were thinking about Thanksgiving too soon, right? It was just one of those games where it was just they just didn't have it, man, in the first half. Second half, they looked a whole lot better. But they did not shoot well in the first half at all, and that's the ball game. Once again, this is another game where they just don't look like they have it, man, in the first half. They don't come ready to go. And in this league, you have to be ready to play no matter who's out there. They shot, I believe, 20% from three. 7 3-pointers they made tonight, where Dallas made 17 3-pointers and shot over 50% from three. That's the ball game. That's the ball game. Terrible night for OG Anunoby, right? That was another part because Brunson came ready to go, right? He played well. Towns played well. Josh Hart had his moments. And, hey, look, Mikal Bridges had 20 tonight, man. He was knocking down a three better than most, right? I think he had 3 tonight, 3 or 4 that he knocked down tonight out of the 7, right? But OG Anunoby only had 8 points, man. He was 0 for 8 from 3. That's the ball game right there. When one of your top guns, who we're all saying that possibly the whole Knicks universe could possibly be, all-star number 3, after a 40-point game comes out and does not play well at all, that's the ball game, right? And you got to give credit, man. You got to give credit to Dallas, man. I mean, they're extremely deep, man. Extremely deep. They're bringing dudes off the bench. I'm like, yo, who's that, man? And these guys are lighting it up. The guy, the kid Najee, he's a local kid too. He's from Jersey, South Jersey, but he's a local kid. He came from the Pelicans. He was lighting it up, man. He's another great find that they have. Then, of course, Spencer Dinwiddie, right? He's a journeyman, but he was a big-time player when he's played with the Nets. But he was lighting it up. And, of course, we saw Grimes out there, right, talking and chirping, laughing. It's funny how these dudes, they get on another team, they start chirping and laughing. They don't remember when they was here last time. They was crying and squealing. DiVincenzo ran him out of town. But now he's over there knocking down threes. Now he's feeling good about himself. See how people act, man? But yeah, Grimes. Then you had, of course, they got Lively. They didn't have Gafford. Of course, Klay Thompson didn't play. I mean, they got a deep team, man. A couple of bigs they got coming off the bench. They have a deep team. Orlando C, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys on the road, 129 and 114. So that's what I saw. And watching this game, it's not that I didn't think the Knicks are just as good as those guys. I just think that they were playing a lot of guys, man. They're playing a lot of bodies and guys that they trust. And I think in this league, when, the offense is such on a high, on a high level, so many guys can score the ball, you're going to have a really good bench, a deep bench. You're going to have to do that in this league. You're going to have to. And I think that's where the Knicks have to get better with developing their bench. Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. HBO Harlem Bronx all day. Tough loss for them boys in the Big D. Pause. 129 and 114. Yo, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, too, man. Happy Turkey Day. LV's got to, when I'm done with y'all, I'm going to get some sleep, man. I got to get up early, put this turkey in early, man. What time y'all put your turkey in, man? I put my turkey in at 5 in the morning so I can have it done by 10. 5 in the morning to have it in there. But these are tough games you're going to win, man. This is a very, very Deep team, experienced team. Forgot PJ Washington too. They got a really good team, man. They got a good team. They had guys coming off the bench that were just lighting it up. Then they had, just the regular role players, and then their top dog didn't even play. Doncic, and of course we know what Klay Thompson is, right? And Gafford, right? So those are three guys that are key rotation players and starters and stars for them that didn't even play tonight. So that tells you how good this team is. And then also too, I just think they had a great shooting night, man. Great shooting night, and I think that took a couple of tough shots that they were knocking down. But this is all learning experience. All learning experience for this team. A lot of things they're going to have to learn. But one thing I will say they have to get better with, regardless of who they play, they got to get better with these starts, man. I don't know what it is with this team that certain games they come out ready to play and certain games they just don't. Certain games they just don't. They just don't seem like they have it. Right? They did the same thing in Utah. And so, I don't know. Like, it feels like they get up for certain teams and certain teams they don't get up for. Like, it felt like they got up for Denver because they know how good Denver is. But Dallas, they kind of, I guess they knew that Luka wasn't playing and they, Klay wasn't playing. Like, they just didn't seem to get up for this team. Right? And, I just, they got to be better, man. They have to be better. They have to be better. Let's look at the highlights, man. But all in all, man, it's a tough loss, man. Tough loss. But I'm not even upset, really, man. As most people would be, right? Because of course, these are games like we should win. Definitely should win, right? But it's tough to win in this league on the road, man. Tough to win in this league on the road. Really, really, really tough to win on this league in a row, man. It is. And Dallas, they're remember they're coming up for being in the finals, right? So you can see that it's a well-oiled machine over there. And the Knicks are still trying to get things right, all together. But that's a well-oiled machine. Look at the percentage here, guys. Look, we shot 47%, they shot 57%. Look at the three-pointers. That's the game right there. 7 for 29 for us, 17 for 33. So they shot a couple more threes than us, but we shot basically the same amount. 29 and 33 is pretty much the same, give or take a couple. But they made 10 more threes than us, man. That's the ball game right there. That's the ball game. Free throws. I thought the fouls were, it is what it is, but the Knicks shot 27 for 30 from the 3-point line. From the free throw line. We got out rebounded because of their size, right? But look at the assists. The assists, they got us by 7, 20 to 27. Fast break points, 30 to 12. Man, they doubled us up there. So, all in all, man, that's the ball game. But really, it's that 3-point line. That's what it is. They were knocking down everything, man. Everything. Dinwiddie was on fire. On fire. And Grimes got the 4-point play, and he's falling over, looking at people, yapping. I'm like, it's ill how people start talking. And he didn't realize that literally around this time, a year ago, the dude was crying. The dude was complaining. He was crying. All this stuff was going on. He shipped him off to Detroit. Now he's smiling and got a lot to say. You see how people turn coat, right? Listen, man. You can't make this stuff up, people. Can't. Grimes over there, yapping, getting 4-point plays, got all this stuff to say. Just crazy, man. Atlantic Line, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss for them boys on the road, 129 to 114. Jalen Brunson, 37 big points. So, it's tough loss, man. Tough loss. But I'm not even, it's ill because as I was watching the game, I said to myself, okay, based on that first quarter, I said, we're going to lose this game. We're going to lose this game. And the reason why I said this is because of how we started. First quarter, we lost 28 to 15. That was the ball game. That's the ball game right there. Now, yes, we picked it up in the second half. I love the fight, but we got to climb out of a hole. right? And so we got to stop with that. And so to me, that's where, it didn't really matter second half. Like it's really, really hard to kind of climb out of those holes against teams that are really, really good offensively. And they are, especially with Kyrie at the helm. He's, local guy. We already know how good he is, man. I used to see Kyrie uptown too, man. Years ago, many, many moons ago. I was seeing him come uptown, man. A lot of that stuff, that ball handling and stuff like that. He said he's from Jersey, but he got a lot of that stuff from the city, man. He used to come out there heavy. Heavy. If anybody don't know Sham Guard, you know what I mean? They call him Guard, Sham Guard, but, back in the day when, when he was with LaSalle, it was Sham Guard Wells. That was his name. He changed his name, you know what I'm saying? Because, his pops named him Sham Guard. That's his first name. Well, it's Guard Sham Guard. That's his real name. But back in the day, we used to call him, his name was Sham Guard Wells. Sham Guard, he's like a coach over there with Dallas. So trust and believe all that trickery, that handle Kyrie got, he got that from uptown, man. Because he used to come uptown heavy and be out there balling. That's how he got his skills right. Then he came to Jersey and then started getting busy. So, LV gave you a little background on that. True story, man. True story. But yeah, man, I just think that it was just tough loss, man. And also, too, man, it may sound crazy what I'm about to say, man. I don't know how people are gonna be like, yo, LV, man, come on, man. Thanksgiving, man. You think these guys they've been on a trip? How long they been gone? 10 days, man. Friday is the end. So literally, they've been on the road for 8 days, man. Friday makes 10. They got to go to Charlotte. You don't think these guys are a little tired, man? You don't think these guys are ready to get out of here and get back home? Tomorrow's Turkey Day. Early start today in Dallas. Definitely a letdown. Definitely a letdown game. I put it to you like this. If what happened in Utah didn't happen and they won that game, I wouldn't really have a problem with this loss. I wouldn't. But we got to start to kind of get some consistency going here. Like, that's my only concern and my only issue with this team. We got to get more consistent, and we're not. We're struggling in a lot of different areas that, but it makes sense, though, in a sense, because we are still a fairly new team. So we're going to have pockets or moments in a game or even in the season early where we're still trying to get a feel for each other. And you're going to have highs, you're going to have lows, right? But once again, like I said before, it's never really that good and it's never really that bad. So that's how I feel about this loss. And so when watching the game from the beginning, I said, okay, it's going to be one of those nights. Then also, too, man, if anybody here is a ball player, man, if you know, them rims were tight, man. Them rims were tight. Like, they don't, there's no give. I don't know if you ever played. I saw it first time and then someone shot the ball. I said, look how the ball's bouncing off that rim. I said, them rims are tight, man. And if anybody knows, when rims are tight like that, your shot got to be perfect to get it in. It's not going to give you anything. So if you try to get like an extra roll or extra bounce on a rim, it's not gonna really give. Maybe once in a blue it might happen, but most of the time it's not. So when you shoot it, instead of it bouncing and maybe bouncing again and maybe rolling and kind of give you a they call it a shooter's touch, right? It's not going to happen. As soon as it hits and it misses, it's going to bounce back hard, boom, and bounce back. It's not going to have no give. Those rims are tight in Dallas, and so it's not really good for our offensive team. It's not. It's really more suited for if a team is a defensive team, they don't want to make it easy for the offensive team to come in here and knock down shots. That was like an old trick that some coaches would do on like away teams. If you're coming into their gym, they would tighten their rims. If you know, you know. They would tighten their rims. And so when you would go make layups, you're like, dang, this thing, like, this don't give. I can't even, because even for a layup, because you saw Brunson went up, right, one time with the layup, and the joint just bounced off, it didn't even give. Meaning it didn't even try to roll around the rim. As soon as it didn't hit it, the way it should have been hit off the backboard, it bounced right off and missed. I was in the first half that happened. So once again, that's a little I think that's Jason Kidd, man. I think Jason Kidd did that. Trust and believe. I trust when they tighten those rims to make it tough for the Knicks to knock down shots tonight. That's an old kind of it's like a Bush League move, if you know what I'm talking about. So I know everyone's like, LV, you crazy, man, but trust me. I was watching. I was like, yo, these rims are tight, man. These not going to give anything for the offensive team. Now, of course, everyone's like, LV, they were shooting good. Yeah, of course they were shooting good. It's their home rim, man. It's the home gym. But for an offensive team coming in, they're going to make it to where it's tough for you. They're not going to make, you know what I mean? That's always been. It's ill what I'm explaining right now, but you got to be a ball player to know what I'm talking about. If you played. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see certain rims, you're like, oh, all right. It's kind of like how guys grab the ball in the beginning of the game. They want to feel out the ball and kind of say, yo, how does this ball feel? This has more bounce than the other one. This one kind of feels a little dead. This kind of feels a little worn in, like broken in. I want to play with this ball as opposed to something else, right? So it's the same thing with that. So it's a little nuances with the game that you may not think, are happening, but it is. So. But yeah, man, all in all, man, I mean, if you like I said, if you see the 3-point shot, you see it right there, man, that's the ball game. OG Anunoby didn't play well, and that was pretty much, to me, that was it. I didn't really think it was anything else that the Knicks did that, that really kind of, had them lose this game. It's a miss and make league, man. It's a miss and make league. Let's hear from Tibbs, man.
Them offensively in the second half, we were in too big of a hole. So, and then, our rebounding wasn't very good. And, tough game. Anything No, it's just, it's what the league is, and that's our challenge. We've been on the road a long time. Early start, we got to be ready to go. And, we got into that hole, and then it was hard to dig out of. What was the problem with the offense in the first half? Yeah, that's a good question. It's, one, we missed some shots that we probably, could make, and we allowed that to impact other parts of the game. And, and whether it's a make or a miss, that shouldn't deter how you perform on the other end. It's like sometimes you just got to work your way through things. And so you can't let go of the rope. You got to make sure you keep fighting. And, and I thought in the second half we had a couple of cracks, but we couldn't get inside 10. And, but we found a rhythm in scoring, and, we just got to do better.
To that point, what did you like, or what did you see from the starters in the last 3-4 minutes?
Yeah, we were just searching, attack the paint, make quicker decisions, keep moving. And then once we started getting to a second and third action, we started to get a better rhythm.
You guys got it 12, 13.
Yeah.
It just seemed like every time couldn't get a stop.
Yeah, some of it was, we got to challenge shots. It's like, we're there, but there's got to be, a better challenge. And a couple times that, we got it there, and then we fouled jump shooters and stuff like that. With those are things we got to eliminate.
OG has his best game.
Yeah.
His career 2 nights prior to him does this. I mean, how do you?
Yeah, and that's part of the game, and so everything went in, for him in Denver, and tonight it didn't, but he's such a good player. He can impact the game with other parts, and so some nights it's going to be like no one shoots well for 82 games. That's part of this, and when you're not shooting well, do other things. Play great defense, run the floor, cut, move without the ball, screen. And for the most part, I thought he tried to do that in the second half. He made great effort, and some nights that's the way it is. So if it's not going your way, do other things to help the team.
What can you take away from the way that you guys finished? How you mentioned they were searching.
Yeah, just like every game tells you something, and again, this you're on a long road trip, and the challenge of early start, and then we get another challenge. The same thing is going to happen in Charlotte. So be ready to play. You got to play 48 minutes. Whatever happened yesterday is not going to matter tomorrow. Like whether it be a loss or a win, and you just got to make sure mentally you're ready to play. And then you have to be mentally tough. You have to be ready. You have to be able to deal with adversity. That's part of this. So if things aren't going our way, we got to stick together and keep working through things together.
You mentioned contesting shots frequently over the last few weeks. Is that something that starting to get concerned a little bit about with those guys?
Well, I'm concerned about everything all the time. So,
I thought Tibbs made a lot of great points here, man. Thought he made a lot of great points. I think that the one thing he did state that was very, very key to me is this, that, he understands that, you're going to have nights like this and you got to be able to bounce back. But you gotta find ways to where you can still win the game and still impact the game if your shot's not falling. Because on the other end of the court, that doesn't matter. And tonight, I thought the Knicks I thought they were decent defensively. I didn't think they were terrible. They were making a lot of tough shots, man. A lot of tough shots. And I think that sometimes, you have games like that where teams are just knocking down shots. The problem is that, it's been too much of that with the Knicks, right? So now, if a team is knocking down tough shots, it just feels like that's just the normal thing with you guys. Right. And so, I think that that's something that they really going to have to look in the mirror about, as far as on the defensive end on the other side of the floor. Also, too, like you said about the OG Anunoby piece, OG Anunoby had an off night. Like you said, that's how this league is, man. You're going to have nights like that, right? So you're going to be able to knock down shots and have a big night like you did the other night, and this league will humble you. You'll come in and you'll have an 0 for 8 night from 3. And only have what do you have? I think he only had like 4 points or 8 points or something like that. I got my numbers wrong. LV, I apologize. It's late, man. But he didn't play well at all offensively. And I just thought that was a big part of the game today. On top of shooting 7 for 29 from 3, they shot like 21% from 3 tonight. The Mavericks shot 51%. So that's it, right there in a nutshell. Of course, they had 30 bench points. I think Dinwiddie had how much Dinwiddie had? I think Dinwiddie had like 23 or something like that coming off the bench. And so that's big, So the Knicks played 8 guys tonight, right? I thought that was still good. Though Campaign gave great minutes. I thought Deuce gave great minutes. I thought Sims is getting better defensively, as you saw. I love that block that he had on Grimes, right? I don't know. I didn't even see a foul there that they called on Brunson. I didn't see that. I guess they said they gave him a little form, but that was a great chase down block from Sims. I thought he played well defensively. He's playing better and better and better each time around. Like he's getting like extremely better each time. Like each time is better. And now for the first time, he doesn't look lost out there at all. And so he's able to bring a big spark to this team. One thing we're missing coming off the bench, we're missing like length. We're missing like a good wing. Another guy to come off the bench that's like 6'8", 6'7". That's why Precious coming back is huge. Because you need another, we don't have any side. Like everything is just bit like centers, like just Sims and Akaporta. You need another guy that can play the 4, the 5, or the 3. That's what Precious can do. But we need like another guy like Precious. You know who I really, really like, and I wish the Knicks could get him? Who's the kid out of Orlando? Jonathan Isaacs. Is that his name? Isaacs? Jonathan Isaac. Is that it? He's got the mohawk, but it's like a fro. I wish the Knicks can get somebody like him. If we can get somebody like him coming off the bench with Precious Achiuwa and Mitch, I think that would be fabulous. We need something like that. We do. And I think the way the league is going, based on what I saw tonight, you're gonna have to go like, and I know Tibbs is not gonna want to. I know Tibbs is not gonna want to, but he's gonna have to start going like 9 or 10 deep, man. He's gonna have to, because what I saw tonight from the Mavericks, I mean, they go 5, they go 10 deep, man. 10 deep. Right? So, and they're not skipping a beat. So, you're gonna have to 5 minutes for these guys, but they gotta play. And I sort of, I heard Jason Kidd talking afterwards. They're 3-1 since Luka Doncic has been down, so they're winning games. Of course, you got Kyrie spearheading everything, but they got a lot of players, man. A lot of deep, like they have a deep bench, man. But it makes sense, though. You know what I mean? They came out the finals last year, so of course, they wanted to make their team better. And they're doing that. But you can see like the championship pedigree. They got a lot of size on that front line. You got Lively, you got Gafford, you got PJ Washington, you even got the new kid Najee, right? Then you got it's the other guy too. I forget his name. I'm sorry, man. It's dropping on my mind. But they got a lot of size, a lot of guys about 6'8" and above. Right? You gotta say Lively 7'1". Gafford was Gafford 6'11", right? PJ Washington, what is he? 6'9", 6'10", right? So you got some size. That's the key with the league, man. You can't coach that. And so I think that's what the Knicks are going to have to do during the offseason. Not during the trade, because you're not going to be able to get those guys. You're going to have to work out something where you're able to get these guys like during free agency. I mean, not free agency, during the offseason, right? I still think the Knicks are going to go far. I still think we're going to have a really good run in the playoffs. I could see us make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think we're a year out. I don't think we're ready yet for the finals just yet. Just the team, the construction of the team, and who we have, we're just not ready just yet. We need like 1 or 2 more pieces, especially coming off that bench, right? So I think we do that. I think we'll be fine. But when you start playing against these top teams, you start seeing the difference from them and us, and that's what I was looking at. Because I feel we can match up with Denver, no problem. But when you get to teams like, of course, Boston. When you get to teams like Orlando, it's really deep. When you get to a team like OKC, that's deep. When you get to, these are the contenders I'm speaking of. And of course, when you get to, a team like what we saw tonight with Dallas, right? The, contending teams who are at the top of the food chain, that's who you're really gunning for. Those other teams, like at the bottom or the average teams, like, Philly's a joke, of course, and Milwaukee, we ain't into it, but, Sacramento's and, all those other teams, Pelicans and Orlando's, like all those other teams, we're not worried about those teams. The Knicks are better than those teams. But the top dogs, the top dogs, right? All the top teams that I just named, OKC's, the Bostons, even the Clevelands, even the, Dallas, OKC, like all those teams you're fighting for. And so that you got to really see how they're building their teams. And that's where you got to say, okay, this is what we got to do to assemble, because this is who we're going to be battling if we want to win a championship. And that's one of the biggest takeaways I got from tonight. Not even so much we were missing shots. I mean, defensively, yes, we're gonna, we got to get better. I thought at times in the game we played defense really, really well. Got a lot of steals, loose balls. I thought we contested shots really well, right? But I think that they were also knocking down a lot of tough shots, especially Dinwiddie, right, and Grimes, and it's just tired of Grimes, man. But anyway, but I think that's kind of like what happened tonight. And so, there's a couple of things you could take from this game and kind of learn from. But I think the biggest thing is that you gotta get a better start, man. You gotta stop starting off slow. And that's something that the Knicks have been doing. I've been peeping the last couple of games. Well, the ones that they've lost, of course, they're starting off slow. Utah was the same thing. They got down and then they're trying to fight back and they couldn't get over the hump. Today they were down 13 in the first quarter. That can't happen. That can't happen. Now they get teams when you're playing on the road and they start getting momentum. So that's something they really have to get better with. All right, cool. Let me go to the chat, man. Let me see what everybody's doing, man. Happy holidays to everybody, man. Hope everybody's doing well. When's everybody putting their turkey in, man? Let me know. Let Elvie know, man. I'll put my turkey in at 5 a.m, man. So I have to get some sleep. Tim says bad for our boys. Tibbs needs this smoke tonight. Yeah, man. Tim says it's the coach, LVT. Tibbs needs to get out his stubborn ways and get this team motivated. You know what, Tim, man? As much as I want to try to get on you and say that's not true, you're 1,000% right. 1,000% right. Because, Tim, what's happening is it's the same problem, right? And so now you got to say to yourself, yo, what is the coach doing to get these guys ready to go? Like, you knew they had an early start today, right? So early start in Dallas because it was 7:30 our time. What's Dallas? 2 hours behind. So that's 5:30 their time, right? So you got to have guys ready to go. You can't be whatever's going on. I don't know. Remember, they was playing golf the other day. So you gotta have it to where, you know, things are better. Like, you gotta have guys ready to go. You can't be having it to where guys are, you know, just not locked in. And these slow starts are starting to kind of become a pattern. And that's got to be fixed. Orlando C, salute. Put your turkey in the oven bag for you. Happy holidays, yeah. Happy holidays to you too, sir. Happy holidays, man. Atlanta Lions can't beat Kyrie for the lead. Yeah, Kyrie's tough, man. He's tough, man. He's tough. I thought, listen, he made some tough shots, but I thought there was moments where we played really well against Kyrie, right? So, once again, we had our moments tonight. It was really in the second half. But that's where we got to fix, like, we can't be having these slow starts because second half, I thought we were balling. But by that time, we're down. This score right now, look, we lost by 15. This score is not indicative of really what was going on. We were down by like 20, 23 at some point. That was pretty much the ball game. Second half, we started picking it up. But, it was actually a lot worse than this. Landline says we have a great game and then a bad one. The cycle repeats here, man. We gotta get better with that, right? But it's to Tim's point, man. That's where you gotta look at the coach, because you gotta have these guys ready to go, man. It can't be they're professionals. They should be no. Listen, that's where you coach, man. You gotta tighten up on that, Tibbs. You gotta get these guys ready to go, man. These slow starts are starting to become a problem now. So when we go into a building, we understand we got to kind of get our shoot around going. And we got to say, all right, a perfect example. Like I talked about the tight rims. You got to say, yo, the rims is tight. Yo, we're going to have to kind of like, make an adjustment here with how we shoot. Because you got to get your rhythm. I'm telling you, when you guys are shooting on tight rims, it takes a minute to get used to that. It takes a minute. It's like a certain rotation that you got to put on it. Sometimes you try to make the layup, that joint just be flying off, or like a floater. If you try to hit a floater, if it hits any part of that rim or the back part of that rim, that joint it's like a projectile, man. That joint's going to get shot out towards half court. That's how it is. Slim Boggs, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Happy holidays to you, sir. Tough loss to them boys, 129 to 114. The captain, Jalen Brunson, 37 big points. So, yeah, Tibbs has got to get better with that, man. He's got to have these guys ready to go, man. Tim says we got to remember the game. Grimes better have the same energy when it comes to, yeah, man. Grimes, he was yapping tonight, right? Yapping. This dude is ill, man. I was sitting there I was like, yo, Grimes, you running your mouth? I said, yo, my man, you was just crying not too long ago. Mad because of the offense and all this other stuff. DiVincenzo was breathing down your neck for playing time and took your spot. And now you out there hitting threes, running your mouth. Crazy, man. Yeah, what Tim said, yeah, you better have all that smoke when you come to the Garden, right? He probably won't even play, man. He probably won't even play. He probably come off the bench, They start talking, Jason Kidd probably pay him like 10 minutes because he realized he's getting cooked. And say, Grimes, tonight's not your night. You know what I mean? Atlantic Lion, Jonathan Isaac's right. He's a good player, man, but he has injury problems. Yeah, Atlantic Lion, but I like him though, man. He's the exact player that we need, man, because you need length and size, man. I'm telling you, and that's going to help you in the playoffs. Because that's what I saw today from Dallas, man. They just was bringing out a whole bunch of dudes like 6'10", 6'9", 6'8", size. And I was saying to myself, I mean, because I'm watching these teams, you know what I mean? Because you're judging what you have compared to someone else. You say, all right, that's where we got to tighten up at. Yo, if we can get somebody like him, that would be great for us. That would be great. I still like campaign. If the campaign finishes that, if he has a strong year and finishes up, I will continue. I would like to re-sign him. Of course, keep Deuce, keep Precious, keep Mitch, and get like another wing, maybe like 2 more wings. I would sign. I like the kid Najee too, man. I like him. He a local kid too. He from where's he from? I think he's from Atlantic City. That kid. He's from South Jersey, but he plays. He got a little edge to him, right? Plays a little attitude. I think he would be a perfect fit for us. But but somebody like that's who the Knicks need. Tim says it's like a pattern with Tibbs, LV. He got to get these guys motivated from the start. No, you know what, Tim? Listen, man, you're not lying. I agree with you. I can't even argue that, man, because you got that's your job as a coach. That's why you're getting paid millions of dollars, because these guys are still players. Like, they're still guys. What I mean is that they're not robots. So you got to kind of get these guys prepped. That's why you're the coach. So you got to say like, yo, man, we're flying out today and we're going to be in Dallas, and let's kind of get out there, get shoot around, because we got to kind of get ourselves ready. You know what I mean? Because so then when you get in the gym, you start shooting, right? You start doing layups. You're like, yo, these rims is tight. Like, yo, we got to do this. We got to adjust, because they did some nonsense. Once again, like I said, it's a Bush League move. But if you've played, you know what I mean, you've traveled to certain gyms, you see like how is your side of the rim tight and theirs is good, or they're tight in both sides, and the team will practice pretty much on that rim and kind of get so they know how to play on them tight rims. But if they know you're a good shooting team, they'll kind of make it tough for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's an old Bush League move, man. When you go into another person's gym. Slim Box says, how much rope do we give Tibbs? Yeah, man. I mean, it's gonna be tough, man. They're not gonna let Tibbs go, man. I don't think they should. I don't think they should let Tibbs go. This is not we got to fire Tibbs. That's not that. I'm just saying he's got to get these guys ready. Slim Box says, excuse me, man. LV yawning, man. I'm sorry, man. I apologize. It's getting late. I just don't think we just want him to get these guys ready, man. That's it. Get them ready. Get them ready. That's it, man. I think Tibbs is doing a good job, but just certain things. I like the fact that he's playing more guys. He is changing certain things, but he's got to make sure these guys are ready to go, man. He's got to. That's something he's got to fix, Slim Box. Tim, we definitely need another scorer coming off the bench, right? I know we're missing Precious, Mitch, but we need another scorer at the small. Yeah. You're right, Tim. We need like size. We need like another guy coming off the bench that can get busy. We need somebody that's like 6'8", that could put up some points, and that could kind of like defend and kind of like, you know what I'm saying? We need another guy like that. Because then that's when you can compete. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I love what campaign brings and Deuce, but you need like another guy coming off that bench that's like a good like 6'8", 6'9", that could knock down a three, that could defend, right? So I like Precious, but you need somebody that's like Precious, but maybe a notch up offensively. Some box is 7.5 man rotation, 8 right? Shaking my head. Why do? Yeah, man. Yeah. See. To your point. That's a good point, Slim Box. Because even though he did play 8 tonight. He did play 8 because I know they both got over 10 minutes. But to your point, Like I would like to see somebody out there like Dottie, right? I would like to see that. But Tibbs, man, he can kind of get stuck in his way, and he was trying to get back the lead and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I do see your point. Some box, I think the team is playing bad defense because they are pacing themselves to play. You know what's ill? I don't want to say. I don't think that's happening. I don't think they're pacing themselves. I think they're not playing well defensively because I just think that they're still learning each other, man, and learning like the rotations and stuff like that. And the reality is that Brunson and Towns just aren't good defensive guys, man. They're just not. So you're going to lose something. So you basically have three guys that could really lock in defensively and two other guys that are below average defensively. And so that's where you're kind of seeing some of the issues. The mark of a good coach is to make average players better and to give them the confidence. Play the bench, Tibbs. Agreed. Listen, man, you ain't lying, man. You're not. And he's kind of stuck, right? And he's got to adjust that. And they're like, we can't run these 8-man rotations. Dallas has got 10 dudes playing minutes, and we only running 2 small guys and Sims. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Atlantic line. Yeah, because they got 10 dudes, man. And a lot of them cats that played tonight, a lot of them dudes not going to play, man. They're not going to play. They're going to try to find minutes for him, but it's going to be hard because remember, when Luka comes back and when Gafford comes back, and of course, when Klay Thompson comes back, a lot of those guys aren't going to be playing. Grimes ain't going to be playing like that. He'll play some, but not a lot. Right? So, to your point, yeah. You know what I mean? They're going 10 deep. And that's where, to me, Tibbs has got to, especially on a road trip, right? Tibbs has got to kind of like, start to play guys a little bit more to get that trust up. And they're like, I don't understand how Capote and Dottie getting in and get some minutes, right? At least 6 to 8. Agreed. You're right, man. You're right. Tim says Tibbs has been a prudential finals with these two teams. Brunson's going to go against his old team, both from going from chip, right? It would definitely be good for a league and the ratings. Yeah, agreed. Right. Agreed, man. Yes, ill, man. To that boy Murphy for the Pelicans would be perfect. Yo, I like Trey Murphy. I like Murphy, man. I like Murphy. But I don't think Murphy's that big, though, right? How big is Murphy? Because the big one, Herb Jones is the big one, right? Or is it Trey Murphy that's big? Trey Murphy's the one that's big, right? Yeah, Trey Murphy's big. Yeah, he's 6'8". Yeah, he's 6'8". He's expensive though, Tim, man. He's expensive. I know. Listen, man. A guy like that, you got to. And that's how. Believe it or not, Dallas was able to get Najee because you couldn't really get no minutes with them boys over there with Herb Jones and Trey Murphy in them. Brandon Ingram. Remember, Brandon Ingram's big. He's about 6'10". Then you got Zion over there, right? Eating all the goodies and dunking. So he's eating donuts and slam dunking, windmilling, pulling his hamstring. So every time he turn around, he's getting hurt. So I'm just saying. So you got all these things, all these wings over there. And that's why Najee was able to slip out. He went to Dallas, man. That was a sneaky good pickup, man, because he's a really good ball player. I watched him play a couple times when I watched the Pelicans, and he's really good. So that's a steal for them. So that's what I'm saying. So you gotta. Their scouting department's got to get to work, man. They got to get to work and find some gems because there's some gems out there. Some dudes on guys' benches that aren't even playing. that the Knicks could snatch up and use in their rotation. And once again, I'm not speaking of free agency. I'm speaking of who's available during the offseason that you could just pick up and bring in. Because I think that's what they're missing, man. That's what they're missing. I like to think Precious and Mitch is going to really turn us around. I think so, defensively. Defensively, they are. But the reason why we're not going to really go far, man, is because, to Tim's point, like I said earlier, we're missing like a good wing, about 6'8", 6'9", coming off the bench that could defend and knock down shots, and it's like a step up above Precious and True as far as offensive, skill set. That's what we're missing. Then if we have that on top of a big to match up, back up Big Cat and Mitch and Precious, then you got then you're mixing Grimes. Then you're mixing Deuce and Campaign with Brunson, right? So now you're not really missing, and then you have size. That's the key with this league, man, right? You can't have two small guards. So Slim Bog said Trey Murphy's like, nah, he's 6'8", man. He's 6'8", he's big, man. I watched him the other night, too. I watched the Pelicans the other night. Who they play? I was watching. He was getting busy, man. He was getting busy. He's tough, man. He's tough check. He's going to be expensive, man. See, Trey Murphy just got a bag, man. We can't afford him yet. He's expensive. Expensive, just like OG and Obi. Them dudes are expensive, man. But somebody similar, because trust me, there's someone out there on someone's bench that no one wants that's going to be available this summer. But that's where it's the scouting department. They got to go find these guys, man, because they're out there. Trust me. Tim, I do realize we still figuring out how to play with each other, trust everything, and the coach got to bring out right. He's got to bring it out of them, Tim. You're right. He has to. But in order to do that, he's got to play some guys, man. He's got to play some guys and kind of develop that. Because listen, I mean, Dadier's young, but he's got the size. Because how big is Dadier? Was he 6'10"? He's big, man. How big is Dadier? They say he's 6'8". He looked bigger than that. I saw him standing next to dudes like OG Anunoby. He looks way bigger than him. OG Anunoby's 6'8". But we might have a guy that's 6'8" right there on the bench. But this is where the issue comes with the Tibbs piece, right? This is where people in the chat are talking about Tibbs. Because we have a guy over there that's that size that can possibly offensively do it, but he may not be ready yet. But to everybody's point in the chat is, we got to develop these guys and get them ready. Because we might have a guy right there. Simpson, with the potential we have on this team, LV, what do you think can get us clicking on all cylinders? Just time, man. Time, Tim. You know what, Tim? Cat got here late, man. Cat got here late. And the misconception is that you could kind of just throw a team together. That can't happen, man. That can't happen. Guys got to really, really build camaraderie. You know what I mean? So that's why you see Boston rolling on all cylinders. That's why you see OKC clicking on all cylinders. The reason why iHeart can go in there and just make a seamless fit, because he's not like an offensive guy, right? So he's more of a glue guy with a high skill set, but he's not an offensive guy. Very similar to OG Anunoby. That's why OG Anunoby is a skill like seamless fit, because now he's starting to score, but he's not a score first guy like Towns is. So you're going to have to really adjust your offense around that, and guys got to kind of know their pockets. Then you added on another piece like Bridges. This is going to take a minute to click on all cylinders, right? You know what I mean? So I don't think. I think we can go far this year in the playoffs. I don't think we get out of the East. I think it's going to be Boston. I think we're going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But I think next year, I think we're going to be way better because now we're going to have a year underneath our belt, playing with each other, knowing how to, play with each other, of course. And I think that, it'll all come together after that. Right. So it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute because remember, during the summer, too, they all play together. So they all want to probably play a lot of open gym together, get a good feel for each other. And I think that through that, that's going to really take our team to the next level. Atlanta Lions says, man, we had the wing problem last year. We get 2 wings and Bridges and OD and still ain't it. You know what it is? Atlanta Lions, it's not that. It's just the fact that they're still learning each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, perfect example, right? A lot of people aren't even speaking about it, probably. I thought Bridges played good tonight. He had 20 points, man. He was the only one knocking down threes. I thought he played good tonight. Thought he made a lot of, good decisions defensively. Thought he was okay. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think he was bad tonight. I thought he was, good offensively. But no one's paying attention to that. Everyone wants to destroy him when he's down. He has a bad game, right? But no one wants to talk to him when he played good. He played good tonight. He played good. But those guys right there, Atlanta Klein, they gotta build more camaraderie together. Because once they do that, they'll know how to play off of each other. And it's just time. It's just time. That you can't substitute that. You know what I'm saying? Since LV, man, you think Melo still got something in the tank if he wants to? Nah, man. Melo finished, man. Melo done. Melo washed, man. I mean, he wouldn't like to hear me say that. You know what I'm saying? He washed, but Melo ain't, not at all. But all right, guys, listen. I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta get some sleep, man. I gotta get this turkey on, man. I gotta get this turkey on. Yo, who's cooking the turkey tomorrow, man? Who does the cooking, man? I do the cooking, man. I do the cooking. The missus, she does her thing too. She does her thing. But I'm the one that deals with the turkey. So I gotta cook that, get that together. You got the macaroni and cheese, you got the yams, you got all that stuff, man. We gotta do all that stuff. Then we gotta eat, then we gotta go see family. You know how I go, man. It's gonna be a busy day, man. Busy day tomorrow. Landline says, Pops does the turkey, Mom does the rest. Yeah, man, that's how I go, man. That's how I go. Because they only like getting in it. You got to clean up the turkey and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You got to do all that. You got to take all the stuff out. The gizzards and all that stuff. They only like getting in there and getting their hands dirty like that. So I got to do that. I got to season it. You know what I'm saying? Got to get it in. Got to get it right. You know what I mean? For that 4 or 5 hours. Hans, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rockin' with LV Live. I said, live stream us a plate. Yeah, I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try to do the best I can. Gravity says, I'm cooking, but not the turkey. All right, cool. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. We gotta do the banana pudding. Who does banana pudding? We do the banana pudding here, man. The missus, she get the mean banana pudding. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta do that. I get the apple pie. Sweet potato or pumpkin pie? Which one? Sweet potato all day, man. Pumpkin pie is the way, but sweet potato all day. That's the one. That's the one you gotta do. Then you got the collard greens, of course, right? Who does mashed potatoes, man? I don't really do the mashed potatoes. Anybody do mashed potatoes? I don't really do that. You got to do the cranberry sauce on the turkey, though. Got to do that. See, LV's doing all the cooking, man. Got all the stuff going on. I just want to kind of chop it up with y'all and do that because, listen, man, you guys have been rocking with me for a minute. And, I love y'all, man, coming through rocking with me, man. It's really, really dope. And then, like, says, we do the potato salad. Yeah, potato salad is the wave. Yeah, my mom, she made the best potato salad, man. I don't really make it, but she do it. She do that official, man. Potato salad. That joint be the wave. Yeah, man. Then after that, then I gotta go to family, other family's house, everybody cooking. You know how I go. You gotta bring a dish, so you gotta bring, your nice, what I'm saying, nice little drinks. Everybody wanna play spades, I get down on that spades table. Some people want to play spades. One table, another table, people want to play chess. Tim says, me too, man. I gotta cook my turkey, pork shoulder. Oh, okay, Tim. Yeah, man, we be up at 5:30. Word up, Tim. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'll be up early, man, like 5. Trying to get this in. Gravity says, you making me want to go to bed tomorrow, man. Yeah, I got yo, Gravity, I gotta go, man. Tim says, sweet potatoes all day, man. I'm making like 6 pies. Word up. Yo, Tim, I'm making probably like 3. I ain't going 6. It's a big number. But salute to you on that. You know what I'm saying? But sweet potato, that's the move all day. But I'm only doing 3 because going to the people's house, because then when you go, right, you bring back food from them back to the crib. Because whatever you have at the crib, they have. Everybody's house is like the house, right? So, but what we doing is this year. Like, instead of bringing food back from someplace, we have our food here. So then we come back because it's always better the second day around. You know that, right? So the next day after is always better than the first day. So when we come back, we good. We got all our food that we done cooked the day of, on top of the food back from other people's houses. You know what I'm saying? Friends are going to the one spot. Everybody gonna be over there. You know what I mean? Family. And the kids is gonna be good for like a couple days. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked me for no sandwiches, no nothing. That's how we do it. And LV La Casa. You know what I'm saying? But listen, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. Listen, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Everybody enjoy themselves. Most importantly, people, LV Live Show, man. You guys are family. Listen, man. Everybody be safe out there. Everybody be safe. Everybody be safe. You know what I mean? You're gonna go out. Be responsible with certain things. I gotta say that to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because people be crazy out there driving and all this other stuff. Just be safe out there. Everybody enjoy themselves, man. It's a good time to be with family, man. No better time than the holidays to be with family, man. So enjoy yourselves tomorrow. Be safe. I will be back for Friday because the game is at 12. So I'll be back on the game after that to wrap it up and kind of talk about that game. Hopefully we could, get that win in Charlotte and go to 3-2 on this crazy 10-day road trip. All right. Listen, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. That's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. Also, too, if you're watching this on replay, right? It's your first time coming through. Please subscribe to the channel and leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right. That's my show and I'm out of here, people. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. I'm LV Live and I'm out of here.